Campus was an exciting project to work on. We had lots of different special effect shots you wouldn't even notice otherwise. For example, this shot, when I'm jumping down the stairs, naturally I wouldn't want to endanger myself by actually jumping downstairs. That's just stupid. So we got a stunt double, as you can see here, and we had him jump and fall, and he actually broke both legs in 6 places. And so he's recuperating nicely. Don't worry about him. He'll be all right. And then we have this scene here. The scene with the laptop. Yes, this laptop was brand new. It was probably $6,000, I think, is about what that thing cost. And so we actually went through 6 of them before we finished the shot and got it right. And so it was kind of expensive. But you know, that's what you gotta do in film. You gotta be willing to take chances. Okay, so for the garbage can scene, it was very difficult. We had to use some very advanced film techniques. So we have here our little garbage can and the little hole where I was hiding. You can see my head in there maybe. So anyway, obviously I'm way too tall to fit in that garbage can. And so we had the contractors dig a hole in the floor about 3 feet. And so I was actually standing, there's my shoes there. I was actually standing 3 feet below the floor so there was enough room for me to fit in the garbage can. And then they had this little lift here in the bottom that as the scene, as the laptop kid ran past angrily, then they would actually lift this up and it pushed me up to floor level so that I could get out of the garbage can. So it was very advanced and expensive, but totally worth it, as you can tell. So for the book scene where the student was carrying all the books and drops them, we have, it was actually computer generated imagery of rendered books. He wasn't actually carrying any books. He's way too weak and small for that. And so we had the computer engineers just create a big, absurdly large stack of books for this student to carry. And he basically just had to kind of hold his arms out and pretend like he was carrying them. And he would, you know, learned how to sweat on command so he looked like he was straining. But then we just had the animators go in and add some books. So that's how that was done. This sweating on command is very advanced and very difficult technique. You actually have to, it's like with fake crying, how people would think of a sad memory of before sometime in their earlier life or a previous life perhaps. And so you actually have to practice by lifting weights or running real fast, doing something where it makes you sweat, and then you think of that for like 10 minutes and you get ready, and then you're just sitting there sweating all over the place, and you gotta, you know, change your shirt because you're sweating so much. So that's how that's done. So for the elevator scene where I'm running back and forth a few different times, that was also very difficult to do. They actually had to drill a hole in the floor on both sides of the hallway, and so I would run past and then just drop down and then run back to the other side real fast and then run across again. There was no trick shot in this one. It was actually me running in a circle, but you just couldn't see it. So it was pretty advanced technique. The school that we filmed this at didn't really like that very much because we didn't ask permission before we drilled holes in the floor. But you know, we took some nice plywood and kind of covered up the holes and painted it white. So you pretty much can't tell anymore that there's a hole in the floor. So that's how we did that. So Campus was a fun project, and it will probably make me millions. I'll be famous. You'll see me again soon, making all kinds of movies. I'm basically Spielberg 2.0. So look out, world!